Alright y'all, what's up? So we're going to be using the Revlon Color Stay. If you in focus, there we go. Revlon Color Stay in the shade Soft Black, and it's a dual tip. So that was the brush side and this is the pencil side. So we're just going to try to get that in focus. Boom. Alright, and we're going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. This is what the packaging looks like. Boom. And this is in the shade Ebony. Come on, there we go. Boom. Alright, so one side will be the pencil side from Revlon and one side will be the Anastasia side. What I will say before anything, when you're doing a dip brow, make sure you get an angle brush, just like how the brush is on the this is my angle brush. So just make sure you get one of these, because if you don't have it, what you're gonna do your eyebrows with the dip brow, you have to use a tool to get the product out to put it on your eyebrows. And I always suggest that you get a dual tip pencil like this. So first we're going to start with the pencil side, and I always tell people, now just take your time. Like, it doesn't take me that long to do my eyebrows now, but at first it took a while. So sometimes it could take up to 30 to 45 minutes just to do your brows, because you want to make them so perfect, but they're not identical twins, okay? So we're going to start with the Revlon pencil side, and I always like to do a faded brow, so that meaning it's lighter towards the front and darker towards the end, like your natural brow is. So I just make it a light press towards the front. I line it with a light press towards the front, and then going towards the end of the brow, I press down harder. This is my first impression on this Revlon, because I always use a NYX eyebrow pencil, but with this one you can tell it's a little bit softer compared to the NYX. The NYX actually is a more firmer eyebrow pencil. This is more softer, on the softer side, like it just broke. So it's a little bit on the softer side, so you make sure you don't press too hard. But there we go. I just make it darker towards the end, and then as I go towards the front of my brow, I do fill it in just a tad bit. Just make a little bit of hairs going upward, like how my brow hairs are in the front anyway. And then I just brush the product in just to create that faded effect. Now with the dip brow, I do the same exact thing. It's just with the dip brow, you have to be a little bit more careful, because that is actually like a cream. It's a cream based product, so it's going to come out more opaque than the other. So unlike this one, you know, you can guide yourself with the pencil, but with the angle brush and using the dip brow pomade, meaning that it's more creamier, you have to really take your time. But I'm not scared of it, so I always tell people, when you go and get it, just take your time with the dip brow stuff. So that's what I do. Boom, that eyebrow is done, but we will be cleaning it up with concealer. So next we're going to go with the dip brow, and we're going to take my angle brush, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to brush it up, brush my eyebrow hairs upward. That's what I did with my other side. And you always got to know that one eyebrow will come out looking better than the other one. You can try to get it as close as you can, but it's not going to always be that way, because one eyebrow is always different from the other. So I do the same thing on both sides. I just press lightly in the front, and then as I'm going towards the back, like that area, it was really empty, so I'm just going to fill it in just a little bit more. And that's it. I don't push too hard with the dip brow. Sometimes you may have a little too much product on the actual angled brush. So you just wipe it off on the side of the jaw. That's what I do. So that's what we gonna do. I'm trying to teach you guys something. So it does take a little longer with the dip brow because you want to make sure that you're doing everything better, because you don't have the control with the tip like how you would with the actual eyebrow pencil. So you just want to do it that way. And as you can see, this tip is a little bit more skinnier than this tip, but that's what you use the concealer for, to make sure that one tip, if it's too thick for you, you can clean it up. And if your eyebrows are already like cleaned up to the T, like if you went and got them arched, even if you get them, what you call that, threaded or anything like that, you can do it that way. I want to get my eyebrows microbladed one of these days. I want to try it, but I'm scared because I've seen people with sensitive skin break out really bad from that stuff. So, or you can just make it thicker like what I just did. I just made it thicker, but when we go to clean it up, like everything always looks bad before it can look pretty. Okay? So, I do the same thing, but I use the tip going upward to go ahead and just fill in any sparse areas. And just give myself little eyebrow hairs. So, right after that, I do the same exact thing that I did on the other side. Fill it in. Brush it right in. Brush that product right on. Just push down a little harder than normal, just to blend the product out, so you can have that faded brow look. And boom, there you go. Right now, they don't look as even as I would want them to. So, I'm going to use my concealer. And what I'm using is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer. This is drugstore as well. What I do is, not taking it on the actual bottom of the brow, I go under just a tad bit and just fill it right there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my angled brush and I'm going to angle it. I'm going to clean it up and I'm going to, you know, make them even. Just a tad bit under the brow, not directly under, because you don't want to get the product too far up to where as though you can't clean that up. Like, you don't want to take too much of your brow off. You got to start from bottom, work your way up. That's what I do. It just makes it easier, the process more easier when you go and, you know, you're looking at it and you're like, oh, okay. So right now you can just do the product and press it on up. Now you can move it up. With the product drying down, that makes it better for you too, because then it's not too wet and you mess your brow up. You'll risk of messing up the brow. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna clean right under this brow, and we're gonna create a tip at the end. So what I normally do is I take it up. So what was the natural arch of my brow? I don't really do too much, and I just angle it out that way. This is the part that could take a process. It could be a long process for you because you're trying to make it so perfect, but just try your best, and once you get to that point, you'll get to the point where you like, man, I'm a master now. I can do my eyebrows in 15 minutes. You know, 7 minutes per brow. You see how that has an actual, you know, little angle to it, but I can see that it has a little dip and it's not straight. So that's all you gotta do, straighten it out. And now I'm gonna do the other side the same exact way. creates a tip. So basically sometimes I just bring it down, because what I do when I do my brows anyway, I just bring the concealer down because I'm about to do an eye look on my eyebrows anyway. So that's basically what I do. And then what I do next is I go across, straight across, just to make sure that they're evened out at the bottom. So I won't have one that's too low, one that's too high, or however you want to call it, and one always come out too low, and it's always this one. So what I do is I just clean it up and I start it at where I'm supposed to start it at. That's basically what I do. Boom. I'm gonna do the same thing at the top. I'm gonna put the concealer at the top of the brow, and that's how you're gonna create that wing effect at the bottom, at the ends. I meant to say at the ends of your eyebrows, because it all depends on how you do the top too. So you do the same thing at the top, and don't worry, we're gonna blend all of this out in the end, so it won't look, you know, so crazy. Just make a line and a line. And what I do is I just take it from there and I just blend it out if I put too much. And I just go take it down. That's basically what I do. Okay, boom. Now you see my eyebrows, they looking nice and clean and full and filled in. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to blend all of this out. So I'm going to take my concealer brush. Your eyebrows are not twins, they are sisters. And what I do is I go at an angle to make the eyebrow go at an angle, because you know when your eyebrows grow in, they do grow in an angle. So I do that, and after I do that, I do brush it out to make it look a little bit better. You'll see when I brush it out. All right. And say for instance you make a mistake, because I can see something that I don't like on my eyebrow right now. What I do is, and it's on the pencil side, so what I do is I go back in. And it's okay to just go back in and just do it very, very lightly. Very, very, very lightly. Once you do that, you brush again. That's the good part about using a pencil sometimes, because with pencils, when it comes to mistakes, you can get it together. Yep. So my brows are done. Now let me see, do y'all see a difference within each brow? This is the brow that had the pencil, and this is the brow that had the pomade. Which one do you like? Let's see. Get this out of Ulta, this out of the drugstore. Your preference. Beginners, I suggest the eyebrow pencil. It all depends on how you feel. So we'll be back with a full face, and here we go. Alright y'all, I'm back. So we're gonna take, this is the lash that came with the magnetic lash. If you focus, there we go, boom. We're gonna take the magnetic lash off. Oh, they even easy to come off, yay. Oh my god. I usually use tweezers. Oh my gosh. Oh, I had a little hard time at first. But look. This is tight. I ain't never used a magnetic lash in my life. This is nice. Oh, wow. This is really different. Just use the tweezers and make them come a little closer. But it attached to it so easy. I'm just amazed. Oh my goodness. The only thing about it is you have to make sure your lashes have mascara on them. Right now I don't have mascara on them, but you still can't even tell. I could tell, but y'all don't see it. Alright, now let's try the regular lash. Make sure it's nice and tacky. The glue is nice and tacky. I normally do it with my fingers. I don't do it with tweezers, so. I used tweezers before, but once I got it to do it with my hand, it was all said and done after that. Trying to make sure y'all could see me doing it. And then I just reassure that it's close, because then I just squeeze and make sure it's on. Y'all could always get the black lash glue, because you gotta wait until this white lash glue dry. Need a little bit of reinforcements with my finger right here in the middle. And boom. There go the other lash. Now, I will say, the magnetic lash, way easier to put on. All you gotta do is put the stuff on, let it dry, boom, it's done. Now, am I gonna walk out the house with 2 different lashes on today? Maybe. We don't know. But yeah, we're just waiting for this one to finish drying, because I use white lash glue and not black. So it's best when you're a beginner, get the black lash glue. It's easier. You don't have to worry about it drying down, and then when it dries down, you know, you gotta hurry up and put it on. So I suggest you guys go ahead and get the black lash glue, not the white one. And yeah, we want to do that. But I think I want to go with the magnetic lash today. I think I want that lash. Bye, glue. No glue today. So we're gonna go back in with the magnetic lash. This is the one I got. And let it dry. Look how it come off the paper. Like it come off so easy. And it connect back on. That's tight. Like, I think I'm gonna buy some more. I'm so happy. Like, oh my God. This is tight. I think I'm gonna get some more. First time user. About to be using it some more. But that's all for this tutorial. I think I'm gonna be a magnetic girl. We gotta find some more styles though, not just this style that I'm gonna be wearing, so we gotta figure it out. But magnetic lash win with me. Less hassle, less mess, way faster. It's just that simple. So yeah, I'm magnetic girl. Till then, I see you on the next one.